it on the first career walk-off base hit for Justin Crawford.
Yeah, baby! Welcome to Broad Street to Britain on the back of the Phillies walking it off against the Washington Nationals, winning the series, getting back to 500 and showing a bit of life and a bit of spark and a bit of something about this team that we've been waiting for the first 6 games. We are going into 500 as we head on the first road trip. Deep breaths, sigh of relief. This pod could have been very, very different half an hour ago before that walk-off. I can tell you that now because for the first 8 innings, I was down the dumps. Oh boy, I'm Dave Shaw as ever at UK Phils, joined by Morgan and Richard. Richard, how are you, buddy?
Yeah, good, thanks. Pretty tired. You know, it was a big day yesterday, obviously, with Painter and Martin both making the debuts for their respective teams, both against Washington, which is, I guess, kind of quick.
True.
But yeah, it was a fun time. And, I mean, how can you not be good off the back of that win?
I'm buzzing. I'm absolutely buzzing.
This is why we love it, right?
This is why we love it. Like, for the first 7 innings, we were down and out. Like, I genuinely thought, and John Crooks said himself, like, this 4-run lead, with the way we've been playing, is insurmountable. We just could not get back. Wasn't that right, Rich? You remember that clip well. It's just I love it. This is why, is it really spot on? This is why we love it. Morgan, how are you, buddy?
I'm great. I mean, the last time we spoke, it was before opening day, and since then we've had a great night at Pass Young. We've seen the Phillies win. We saw the Alec Boehm home run, which I know you two loved. I remember I was stood on the balcony looking down, and your celebration was so good. So that win against Texas was amazing. All right, the weekend wasn't great with the end of it, but then I think the Phils have done really well to pick themselves up, and how can you not be in a good mood after that walk-off win? The fight they showed was just amazing, and that should be the start of our season. So let's see how we kick on from now.
Yeah, but before going to tonight's game, opening day was fantastic. Thank you to everyone who came to Passyunk Avenue. It was great, far more than I thought was going to turn up. And Boehm, not only Boehm going yard. I just remember talking to John Brazier, the Phillies legend, John Brazier, and then Boehm hits that tank. I just run forward, find Rich, and then when he went yard, I just think we were just hugging, jumping up and down. It did bag me 140 quid as well for my bet. He brought it home. Oh, Phil's win.
I know you saw just behind, there was 4 guys just in suits who obviously just come post work or whatever. Clearly not baseball fans.
I don't think they knew what to make of it. I think they were happy for us, but I don't think they knew what to make of it.
No, on a Thursday night.
It was great. It was great, and like Morgan said, the rest of the series didn't go to plan. However, look, let's talk about what's just happened. You're as good as your last at bat. You're good as your last game, and the Phils have won to bring the series to the win. Yep, 500 before we go to our 2 houses of horrors, which we'll get to shortly. But the spark from it, well, everything that sparked it was JT's solo home run in the 7th. Boy, he needed that. He needed that big time. Bryce Harper, oh, thank you. Needed that big time as well. Solo home run. And then Edmundo Souza. This guy, he doesn't just give you a pinch at bat. He brings you so much more. The energy he brought as soon as he came on, his passion, his life, his vibes. This is the vibes guy right here. And let's find that clip because I love it. I love in Kevin Keegan. I love it. It's a celebration as well from Souza after. Oh, catcher another error from the Nationals. Look at it. Come on. Big time. The dugout comes alive. Souza comes alive. And the crowd comes alive. They're invested. And then this one. Boom. And then we went on and win. And that celebration between Souza and Garcia, the best mates, everyone was pumped. For the first time this season, at last, we showed some life. They looked pumped. And I'm going to ask you boys straight up now, and people who are listening, would you bring Souza in? He's come in so many times. Is it time we start giving this guy more game time? Rich?
Yeah, it's a tough one, isn't it? Because who does he replace?
Well, stop.
Yeah.
See, it's the start he's had. If this was Stott coming off a hot season like he was in 2022, and then we hadn't had the 2 years of him struggling at the plate and now seemingly struggling a little bit again, I would be, if this was a fresh Stott struggling, I'd say give him time. But he's already starting to look to where he was last year and the year before. Souza's bringing so much more. That defensive play showed that he's got a good glove. He's utility. You can play him anywhere. You can even put him in for Bohm at third. Not ideal defensively, but again, bringing a bat that Stott and Bohm don't seem to have at the moment. Morgan, what would you do?
I'm going to be honest, I'm going to go against the grain because I know there's been times, was it last year or the year before, where Trey got injured and Trey was out for a really long time. We had to play Sosa every day and he started so hot and it was like, oh, Sosa is an everyday player. And then he tailed off. And I think Sosa's one of those players that he kind of deals on vibes. And in short stints, he's amazing. And you're like, this guy could be every day. And then you play him for 2 months in a row, and you're like, this is why he's not an everyday player.
I'm not saying every day. I'm not saying every day, but I'm starting. And I think Topper is going to start platooning Stott more. And Souza is. I think Souza's got a bit of a chance to really get a lot more game time. It's just the whole. And do you know what? The spark happened from that Bryce home run. It seemed to bring alive everybody as well. But we needed that. And it's not as bad as the results of seeing. Okay, the blowout in the first game was just a train wreck from start to finish. But every team's going to have that at some point this season. I hope that is just our one out of the way. But the Phils aren't striking out as much as they have been. Today, we just could not get hard contact. And it was looking like just the same old. But Sanchez, not vintage. However, if someone said to me, look, Sanchez for his first 2 games have an ERA of 0.80, absolutely nothing. Still got 5. Oh, no. In fact, did he get 7 strikeouts in the end today? Or did he recover 2? After a very long pitch counts and a shaky start, Sanchez in the end, I thought he wouldn't even go 5, so to get anything out of Sanchez was a good recovery. It was 7 Ks in the end. 0.79 ERA, allowed the 1 run, only allowed the 4 hits, 4 walks, bit uncharacteristic from Chrissy Sanchez, but it's been far from perfect so far. However, we're back to 500. How would you, Richard, take these first 6 games yourself?
I hate to be that guy, and I know we've seen it, and people fall on either side. Like, as in, I'm still positive. I think you can't judge off 6 games, and I know people go, it's not 6 games, it's the same team. It's not 6 games, it's the last few years. But I mean, I don't know. I think it's still too early. And you say, oh, do you want a repeat of the last 2 years when we've easily won the division? And the bats go cold in October and whatever, but we were so close to beating the Dodgers, and I firmly believe that. I think it's too early to tell. Crawford's obviously doing amazing. Marsh is looking really good. Obviously, we'd like to see more from Bryce and Trey, but it's, but are we judging a season already?
No, we're not, Rich. No, we're not. And we never start that well anyway. I think Todd Zalecki and some other journalists have posted that the Phils, this is a usual start for the Phils.
After the Rangers series when we were 1-2, like that's how the 2008 Phillies started. I don't know, that's getting
it's how the 2023 Phils or 24 Phils started. Yeah. We were against the Rangers, funnily enough. We were woeful. We were dreadful then as well.
Yeah. It's almost like, there's 162 games. You can be an amazing team. You're going to lose like 65, 70 times. For me, personally, it's all about how you are post All-Star break. That's when you get your momentum going. For me, I just want the Phils to be in it, to be there or thereabouts going into the All-Star break, going into the trade deadline, be it that sort of there fighting for the top of the division, and then trade deadline, post All-Star break, which should be a massive boost for the Phils being at Citizens Bank, and then go on the run. I'm not worried. It's frustrating. Don't get me wrong. I after game 1 of the National Series, I was angry. Like, what are we doing here? It's dreadful. Woe from start to finish. I live and breathe every bloody pitch. I get my emotions get the better of me. I get sucked in. I take every loss to heart. I ride every win. That's what supporting Philly sports is all about. But realistically, stepping back, like the Mets haven't made a great start. They're in extras. In fact, the Mets could also be
the way it's going, 500 as well. The hotly fancied
11th inning.
top of the 11th now. If they lose that, they're 500. The hotly tipped Cubs haven't started well at all. The Reds, they're 3-3. The Giants are 2-3. San Diego are 1-4 right now. The Boston Red Sox are 1-5. What's going on there? You know, look around the leagues. You know, everybody else. Mariners are 3-3. You know, it takes a while for some teams to get into a groove of the season. It takes a while for hitters to find their mojo and their rhythm, and pitchers as well. So I'm not worried. The next two series on the road, going to a House of Horrors, it does worry me a little bit slightly. But the bigger picture, we're 6 games in, and we're 2 games off the Marlins. The Marlins, who, by the way, had the Rockies and the White Sox to start the series. You can't ask for 2 easier home series than that to start the season. The Marlins are riding their wave right now. Morgan,
very good, like it.
Thank you. I meant that. Morgan, who's impressed you so far, buddy? Come on, let's not look. Obviously, Harper's had his struggles, JT's had his struggles, Turner's had his struggles. Let's look at the positives here. Who's been shining for you so far?
I mean, I think we can't not talk about that Andrew Painter start yesterday. I think there's something special about that when the entire fan base wanted to burn down Citizens Bank Park after that start. It was like we looked really rough, and the Taiwan Walker start was rough. I do want to talk about that because I think he got a little bit unlucky. But I think Andrew Painter really impressed with everything that's been talked about. He was close to making his MLB debut at 19. He's just made it at 22 because of Tommy John and everything like that. And everyone looked at the ERA in AAA last year. I think there was a lot of positives to come out last year anyway for Painter. But to digress, I think he really impressed. Justin Crawford, I don't think we can ignore. Adolis Garcia, Brandon Marsh, Rich, as you mentioned a little bit earlier, Brandon Marsh had a really, really good start. He's looking really comfortable in left field. I know we've had this conversation a million times about whether he's a centre fielder or a left fielder. He made that great catch to win us the game against the Nationals the night before when Painter made his start. He looks really comfortable in left. He looks like he's swinging a good bat. I think there's a few players that are impressed, even if Trey hasn't and Bryce hasn't and Schwarber hasn't. It's nice that Bryce has now got on the board. He's got his first home run. And Trey got a single that was late in the game and started a bit of momentum. So it's nice that some of these players, big name players, are getting there, but I think it's really nice that the back of the lineup is doing a job. And also,
carrying the team.
How nice is it to get to the 9th inning or 9th or 10th inning today? We've got Joan Duran, one of the best closers in the sport. You're not worrying about, is it going to Jordan Romano because we've wasted Matt Strom to get us to the 10th. We're going to one of the best closers in the sport, and we got there using Keller, who, yes, he didn't have his best game today, but there's some good pitchers to get us to the 10th rather than burning them all and then having to lose in the 10th because it's Jordan Romano. I'm not going to lie. I'm starting to regret drafting so many Phillies pitchers in my fantasy team because it's double jeopardy. Not only you're nervous watching it for the real life result, but also thinking this could really affect my fantasy team. And Keller did not help matters today. However, Duran got the win. Andrew Painter last night. I was up till I think his innings finished around 1:45 last night. Stayed up and watched it. You had to. And you know what? I was just so impressed. So impressed. He allowed 1 walk. He showed no signs of nerves at all. Was painting the strike zone. 5.1 innings, just 4 hits allowed, 1 run, 1 earned run, which should have been 0. Tanner Banks coming in and not being able to hold the runner on the base, so he should have had a 5.1 shutout. 8 strikeouts. And not only that, his velo was still staying around the 99, 98, 97, 96 mark. Didn't drop too much. But as something, when Jack Fritz came on the show, made a point, which I was looking at today, is he needs his secondaries to be on point while he's trying to work out his fastball. And I was watching it yesterday, and his secondaries, all of them, all his 5 of the pitches he has, were pretty much on point and just perfectly painting the strike zone. And that for your debut, and I know it's the Washington Nationals, they're not going to set the world alight this year, and he is going to get worked out at some point this season, like Luzardo was last year. It's then down to him to try and make adjustments and work things out. That's natural. That's what happens to rookies on both sides of a plate when they come up.
They get worked out. They've got to make adjustments. It's going to happen. But what a confidence boost. What a lift. What a spark for the Phillies. They responded as well with the at-bats. And I just couldn't be happier for him. I'm trying to keep my feet on the ground. It's one game. It's a debut. It was against the Nationals, who have caused problems. And I think they are going to cause teams problems this season. They've got a good young team there. But just, when he came off, I was like, yes, this kid, he has really got something. Rich, I know you were up last night watching it as well. What were your impressions, buddy?
Yeah, really good. Controlled the zone really. I mean, like his placement on the edges and like he kept the velo up. His changeup was nasty. Like, I mean, all his. When they put they showed the pitch mix up on the screen, I was like, this kid's, making his debut and he's throwing like 5 different pitches and all of them looked
which
amazing.
He's had since he was 16 apparently.
Yeah. But to come in on your debut and do it, and also to have that I think him and JT to already have that trust where, they're like, right, we're going to call everything you have because, we believe you can do it. Like, yeah, he was great.
And that's what I think takes Painter to the next level, is having a catcher like JT behind him. And no disrespect to Stubbs, who was catching him in the minor leagues last year, but JT, that experience, one of the best catchers still to call a game and to know a perfect pitch mix, especially for a rookie, because JT has also caught pretty much all our pitchers' debut games, so he knows exactly how to play the situation. And I think Painter with JT, who's the perfect catcher behind him, I think this is perfect. I'm excited. Trying to keep feet on the ground, but very, very excited. And on from one rookie to another, as we just touched on, Justin Crawford. Like, I'm so happy. I couldn't believe every time he gets a hit before the walk-off, I'm like, this guy, just what does he have to do to get an RBI? It's the one thing missing so far from his brilliant start to the season is an RBI. He's batting, I know it's early days, small sample size, but a 4.12 average and 17 at-bats. Now has that first RBI, an OPS of .913. I know it's early days, but it's still so impressive. And every at-bat, he's competitive. I haven't seen him outmatched yet in any at-bat that I can think of. There's maybe even one, but this guy looks like he's just stepped to the plate. I know he hasn't got the pull power, but if he's getting on base and getting runs and being on base to get the runs in for Trey and Kyle and Bryce when they start hotting up, which I think Crawford's going to do, that's enough. And he's going to pick up RBIs. If Marsh keeps getting on base more, if we can get JT now getting going, Crawford's going to be, I think he could be really, I know it's early days, but people have said it pre-season, rookie of the season candidate. From what I've seen so far, no reason why not, Morgan.
Yeah, no, I agree. I also think there's something quite funny about kind of how he does go the opposite way quite often. It makes him really hard to defend against because when you come up against a lefty hitter, so often there's the shift, and obviously they changed the shift rules a few years ago, but you're still expecting something quite pull heavy. But when you look at his numbers, especially last year in the minors, and then when in small sample he's had in the majors, he's happy to go the other way, which does make him really hard to defend against. He hits the ball hard, even if it is on the ground. He's started really well, and I think a big thing, as you said, he looks comfortable, and I think a lot of that comes down to how much time he spent around major leaguers. Obviously, his dad, Carl, was a long-time major leaguer. He's really close to Eric Davis, who helped him in the offseason with his defense. He's so used to Major League Baseball. He walked on against the Rangers opening day, and he didn't look phased. And I think that's a massive thing, because it's so easy for someone to go, oh my God, I'm at the bank, there's 40,000 people, and I'm now the center fielder for a team looking to win 95 games in the World Series. Like, it could have been so over, like, he could have felt all the world on his shoulder. And he's just gone, nope, I'm going to play. And he's looking so comfortable, and I'm so happy for him, because there was all these talk of in the offseason, oh, he's going to fail. He hits the ball on the ground all the time. It'll never translate. He's got electric speed. He can hit the ball hard. He can go the other way. And hitting ninth, yeah, he can relax a little bit, because he can then, he's got Trey and everyone behind him. He doesn't have to be a superstar. He just has to be himself. And he's done excellently so far in the 6 games we've played.
And defensively as well. He's looked really comfortable. Better than I actually thought, so far, better than what I thought it was going to be. Again, like Painter, he's going to get worked out at some point by pitchers. They are going to start finding his little weaknesses. Again, he's going to have to make adjustments at some point in this season. But he's hitting every game so far, bar one. Bar game 2 against the Rangers, I think. He's hitting every game. You know, and again, a free hit game today. A double, his first extra base hit, his first RBI. It had to be a walk-off. I'm so happy for the kid. I'm so happy, and long may it continue. And again, bottom of the lineup, producing. Rich, Brandon Marsh. Brandon Marsh is having a start to the season as well. Average of .30, 2 RBIs, OPS of 859. Again, I know, small sample size, but again today, another 2-hit game. He took a walk. Again, his at-bats pretty much not looking outmatched at all. Defensively, again, like Morgan said last night, big play at the end to secure the win. And Brandon Marsh, we said before the start of the season, this is one guy who can really make that outfield position his own. You know, him and Garcia. Now Marsh is more of an experienced player. He's been around for quite a while. And he so far started the season like he finished last season.
Yeah, 100%. And he's definitely found his home in left field. I think, you know, certainly the start of last year, I wasn't Marsh's biggest fan, but I think a lot of it just came down to his centre field play. And, like, obviously, I know he started the back hole, like, you know, he didn't bat well, but come the end of the season. But I think a lot of the frustration in the early part was he's not hitting and he's not good defensively at centre field. But I think he's been fantastic recently. I think having that, and I know it's a goal thing of like, oh, well, will they actually ever heat up? But if we keep production from the bottom of the order, you know, that does take pressure off the top and allows them to, you know, potentially have a better time.
Exactly,
Like, it's not, you know, I think sometimes you watch Bryce and it's, you know, for good or bad, he feels that it's all on him a lot of the time. And, you know, obviously he's been around, he knows what he's doing. So I don't want to try and say I know, you know, better than he does. But, you know, I think taking that pressure off where he knows it doesn't have to be him could only help.
Exactly. And you know what? Baseball's a streaky game. Players go through peaks and troughs. You know, they go through runs. It's going to happen. The good thing is we do seem to have players that are going to pick players up when they're down. And then when they go down, the other team, you know, I would love this team just to all gel at once. You know, this lineup from top to bottom to be all on fire because they're going to be a mighty team. And I think it will happen, especially, I know it's cliche, but as the weather warms up, it seems to be proven that this team does come alive when the weather starts to heat up, especially for the pitchers. Morgan, I'm going to let you have this one, buddy. You called it before the start of the season. Garcia has, you know what? I'm eating my words. I didn't doubt he's a talent and what he can do, but I was a bit, we'll see. But I've been mega impressed. That guy's power is incredible. You know, even the softly hit balls for anybody else are still nearly going to the warning track. He's that Oppo Boppo he had yesterday for his first home run. Again, just extreme brute power. And Morgan, you called it before the start of the season, and you know, 2 big at bats, 2 big hits today as well. So defensively, you know, I don't know. I'm not seeing much better than Casti, but however, that bat, and again, he's got a lot of vibes. As I think the Cardinals just walked off the Mets. Am I right? Cardinals have walked off the Mets. The Mets are now 3-3.
Oh, the Mets were basically loaded with 1 out as well.
Oh yeah,
it was a bloop single as well that fell in between 3 fielders.
Who got it?
Was it our infield?
Let's be honest.
Was it Burleson?
Oh, I think Bichette went 1-5 and is now batting 111 on the season.
There we go. See,
it's not too early to judge other teams.
Absolutely not. He's washed. Bichette is washed. Well done, Dombrowski, for avoiding that could have been dreadful. So the Mets are now. So if we do take a step back, you know, there's a lot of other teams struggling.
It was Wynn that got the win.
Wynn got the win, and the Mets fall to 3-3 as well. We rise to 3-3. The Mets fall to 3-3. Anyway, Morgan, Garcia, take it away with your man.
I love the bat. I think he's been hitting the ball really hard. He's not been chasing. He walked today, and I think it was George in the group chat said what an at bat it was. And you look at it, and I think last year there was a worry about chasing and like you try too hard. It's like he's just come in and relaxed. He's not trying to be a superstar. I think as a Ranger, the 2 veterans were him and Corey Seager, and they're both very good players, but Corey Seager gets hurt a lot. So when Corey Seager's out, I think he then kind of took it all himself. Of I've got to be the guy. He was the World Series MVP in 23, and I think he took that pressure on. Now he's in this Phillies team. He's hitting sixth. He doesn't have to be the guy because you've got Trey, you've got Bryce, you've got Schwarber. Even Bohm's hitting higher than him, and Stott's hitting higher than him. So like he can relax a little bit. His defense has been really good. I know there's been a few plays that are a bit questionable, but there was one he made that's like if Casty's running towards that, it's dropping and he's not getting near it. It was the Andrew Painter start, and there was a ball hit to right field in the second inning, and he catches that. And Casty doesn't get near it last year, and that could have completely unraveled for Painter. And we look at it, and it's 2 2/3 innings and 4 earned runs for Painter, and we're questioning it. So I think Adolis does give him confidence on that side, but he's been smoking the ball. There's a tweet here from 4:00 this morning, our time, so quite late last night, of his last 8 balls in play. 7 of them are hard hit and are 97 miles an hour or higher. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them are 100 miles an hour or higher. Like he has been smoking the ball really hard.
Yeah,
sometimes it's been at fielders, sometimes it's been for a single, and then he finally hit one to the opposite field. And I don't know if anyone saw it, but there was a graph put up of how many ballparks that home run was in. It was like 8 of 30. It was a home run in Citizens Bank Park and Yankee Stadium and a few others. It was not a home run in Texas, and I think that's it was a big thing. And I did kind of mention it was like, our ballpark's really nice. Rhys Hoskins loved hitting the ball to left field when he was here. The amount of home runs that we saw from him, he loved it. Casty, when he was on fire, JT has always enjoyed hitting to left field. If Adolis can start just pulling the ball, it's almost been the disappointment with Alec Bohm because we've seen others do it. I don't want to be too harsh on Alec because he's a gap-to-gap hitter and he's a different type of hitter. But if Adolis can tap into that home run power to left field and just keep smacking the net, we could have a really, really good bat on our hands. And the defense, yes, there's been some question marks, but there's been some really nice plays as well. So I'm really happy about
it. Overall, this series against the Nationals, 2 hits in game 1, 2 hits in game 2, 2 hits tonight in game 3, a home run last night, and again, challenging at bats, and I like it. He's got a bit of fire in him as well. I do enjoy that. I like seeing him and Souza bounce off each other. It's just good. We need that. That's what we need. A little bit of fire, a little bit of vibes. He fits in the outfield perfectly with Brandon Marsh out there as well. And you're right, actually. Something a point I was going to bring up with compared to the Rangers to here. There is, with no disrespect to the Texas Rangers, but I feel this is a more talented lineup. This is a better lineup. He's now not. You're right. You're quite right. Not being relied on in the Rangers lineup where he's sort of playing that Bryce Harper role. Sometimes I can see, and I've been told he would feel it will be all on him and Seager. Now he's in a team where he's batting just behind Bohm in the 5-6 spot. And, there's usually runners on base, and he looks relaxed. Every at-bat, he looks relaxed, and it's just, I like him. I didn't know what to make of it at the start of the season. I ain't gonna lie, I hadn't seen too much of him. And now I'm seeing him more and more. I like this guy. I'm sold. Watch him go 0 for 16 against the Rockies. But that could be a ballpark for him. But yeah, great start. And of course, Edmundo Souza and the passion he brings alone. I love it. He just lifted the team, the atmosphere, and again, Souza coming in clutch when it really mattered, that big defensive play. Look, Bowman's start, Bohm's opening day home run is as good as it got. I don't know what to say about Alec.
He made a really good defensive play. That
he's looked good defensively.
Yeah, defensively sound, but I don't know how long it's going to last at cleanup. I really don't. I think Garcia could even be putting that cleanup behind Bryce very shortly. I don't... could they, actually?
I think they do it by the end of the month if things are going how they are. But Alec Bohm can turn it on quite quickly. Like, he's a contact hitter. I think we would see Alec Bohm being Alec Bohm pretty soon.
He needs to.
It's
lowest average now.
It's 6 games. Like, I'm not too worried about him. And I know what you just said about him defensively. Imagine saying that 4 or 5 years ago when he was a question mark defensively every time the ball's hit.
I know.
It's so reliable now. Like, I know. It's amazing to watch. It's great.
It's the bat. The bat we need. He's playing cleanup. We need production in a cleanup spot, and he's not. Sadly, not producing yet. Stott is back to where he is. Turner, he's actually, his average is sneaking back up. He's getting a hit there, and again, I'm not worried about Trey. We know what Trey can.
Trey does. Like, like he won the batting title last year, and like was there ever a point where it seemed like he was? I mean, don't get me, he had a good season all round, but was there ever like a point where he was like seemed like, you know what I mean, like a standout hitter, but he just kind of
No, it's
sneakily
true.
did it, like
He just cracked on, didn't he? Kind of
Yeah.
kept his head down, just played really well.
Yeah, and the idea of an open leadoff is to get on base and then try and steal and cause havoc on the base paths, which he is.
He got his first steal tonight as well.
Yeah, first steal tonight as well.
Whether it was an actual steal or
It's in the books as a steal. We'll take it as a steal.
I'm slightly worried about kind of. I love Trey, but I am slightly worried that within 5 games or whatever it was, you've seen clips of or photos of Mattingly, Kevin Long, and Thompson all spending 20, 30 minutes a day with Trey in the batting cage, and they're trying to fix some swing things and hip mechanics. It's like, how do you go from winning the batting title to then within 5 games having to do a swing change? Like what?
Maybe they've seen something in. Maybe seen something in spring. He didn't have a best spring. Maybe it's just a minor adjustment.
Minor.
I think Trey was better against. The Texas series wasn't great. This series was better for Trey. The bullpen, Morgan. The bullpen. 6 games. Not panicking yet, but I've not seen what was advertised so far, Morgan.
By you, Morgan.
by yourself. You made me draft a few Phillies bullpen pitchers, Morgan.
I didn't make you draft anyone. I didn't take any of them either. Brad Keller had some really nice outings, and then today didn't look good. Alvarado, I think, looked really good and then looked really bad. Kyle Backus, I will defend. He was used in the wrong situation in that opening day game. He was used against righties, and we know he can't face righties. So Rob Thompson, that's he didn't. What was that? He didn't put his Backusy into it.
Yeah,
is that what we're doing? And we're getting Kirkring back soon. Kirkring is playing tonight.
True.
I could touch on Kirkring in a minute if I'd want to do a minor league report, but we'll leave that. It's not been as good as I'd hoped. I was expecting it to be more shut down, but then there's been some games where it's looked really good. So I'm hoping it's early days.
It's still early, isn't it?
And they're not.
Sorry to cut you off, but I think like it's such a big change in staff. We've always had like. A very you've had the consistent.
Strom's gone. There. Like Strom's been there for years. He's gone. Like that is a big change.
I think there will be a time of figuring out when and where to use them. I don't know that they it's not like they're not experienced, but as a unit, I think that'll be on on the coaching staff to really figure out when and where their best plays. Because we had the whole right. We're going to put in Strom late, and then we're going to close with Duran, and like now it's kind of like I think they have to figure that out.
I know what I've figured out so far. Alvarado is far better in pressure situations than he is in non-pressure situations. I need Alvarado in high leverage situations. I trust him more in high leverage situations than in start of innings. I would. Alvarado is just. I don't know. He feels like a player that needs to come in with something on the line, that needs to get
maybe
his
tell him if he
heart
doesn't
rate
do well,
going.
he's not allowed coffee the next day.
Well, that's true. That's
like,
true. He
needed like 12 espressos or something.
He needed that clean outing today because his start of the season has been, I know his ERA is inflated at the moment, but little concern. Let's keep an eye on this. But clean it. Well, he allowed a hit today, but no earned runs. He needed that, but I need to see. I just feel he goes better in high leverage situation. Duran also shut the door, got the win as well. 500, on to the Rockies, on to the Giants. 2 ballparks where, yikes, we do not and never have gone well at all. The Rockies, the Giants, last time we won at the Giants in San Francisco, I cannot think when we last won San Fran. Hopefully you boys are going to pull it up. Don't tell me last couple of years. I feel it's been
the last game.
I feel it's been a long time. We rarely win, and Colorado as well is a usual house of horrors. And why do we always go there at the start of the season? Why can't we ever go when the weather's fantastic and it's hot and it's a hitter's park that everyone loves? We always seem to go there in April or early May. It's so annoying. But we are back also to the West Coast times. Although Friday's game is UK friendly. 9:10. Sundays is 8:10.
The last game at Oracle Park on I don't know if this is American dates. No, I think 9th of July. The Phillies won 13-0.
What? And won the series?
The game 13.
All right. Series wins. Okay. Last time we won a series in San Fran and Colorado. Wow, that poo-pooed on that. 2:45 a.m. starts on Tuesday and Wednesday next week for the Giants with a nice UK friendly on the Wednesday. And Rich, I think you brought this point up. This schedule's bizarre. We're playing the Giants, the Cubs, and the Braves home and on the road all this month.
Yeah,
so
I mean, the Braves I can kind of see because obviously,
divisional,
same division. But yeah, I thought it was because I was doing the little UK calendar. I was like, oh, we play the Giants 2 weeks apart. The Cubs are 1 week apart.
Yeah, it's bizarre. We've got the Rockies, the Giants, who haven't started too well. Then the D-backs, the Cubs, who have also started woefully. Then the Braves, and the Cubs, and the Braves, and the Giants. Albert, take the D-backs out. It's literally gone back in reverse. Bizarre. However, it is a schedule where we should be picking up serious wins, especially the Cubs haven't started great so far, as we've seen. The D-backs haven't started well. The Braves are 4-2. They haven't really been tested yet. The Giants haven't started great. They're losing to Padres as we speak. So it's a very good month we should be looking at ending this month above 500. I would really, really hope so. If we haven't, then I'd be a little concerned, especially as May gets May will get a lot tougher. But Rockies, look, hope this time next week we'll be chatting and we've just finished the series against the Giants. We beat the Giants. We're all happy. Morgan, one team that has got off to a flying start is the Iron Pigs. How about them Pigs? Morgan? They're off to a flying start this year. I see Felix Reyes has had a great start to the season. Talk us through it. AA, AAA. Let's have our minor league report.
Oh, the Piggies. I'm going to be honest. When we were doing really badly over the weekend, I can't remember what game it was, but I stopped watching the Phillies and I had the Pigs game on my phone instead. And that was Sunday. We won 8-7. We made it 3-3 in the 8th. We made it 4-4 in the 9th. And then in the top of the 10th, went 7-4 down and made a 4-run comeback in the bottom of the 10th to win that game 8-7. Saturday's game was great. Zach Wheeler made his first start in AAA, and he looked
again
fantastic.
Friday, by the way.
Yes, he's going again Friday in Durham, the Tampa Bay Rays AAA affiliate. Yeah. 3 scoreless innings, 3 strikeouts, and then Kerkering through the same day, 1 scoreless inning, 1 strikeout. Jeff Kerr on his Substack said some really nice things about them both. That Wheeler averaged 93.3 on his fastball, topped out on 94, which is really nice. He had 6 swing and misses, 3 with the curveball, so it's really nice that the off speed's working because I know that can be a little bit harder to come back. Kerkering needed 10 pitches in his innings, 7 of which were for strikes, so that's looking quite nice. On Tuesday, when the Phillies again weren't doing great, the Pigs won 4-3. Gene Cabrera, who's number 15 ranked prospect in the system, according to
you like this guy, don't you, Gene Cabrera?
Yeah, well, I think he's close to being the next prospect we see. 4.2 innings, 5 hits, 1 run, 5 strikeouts. I think he's about, once Wheeler's back, he should be about 9th in the pecking order for starters. I think they'll go to Bryce Wilson before they do Gene Cabrera, but he's just had a full year at AA. He's now in AAA. I think we could see him this year. He's not quite painted potential, but he could be a 4 or 5 starter, which I think would be quite nice to have a homegrown version of that rather than needing to go sign a Taiwan Walker. No offense to Taiwan, but I would rather that guy's homegrown.
He won't take it. Who knows?
AA, the roster got released on Monday the 30th. So yeah, this week. Dante Norris in the AA team.
Come on, Dante.
Arun Escobar, Carson DiMartini, who's number 18 ranked, Alex McFarlane, who there's been a lot of nice talk about, 19 ranked in the system, Caden Hettinger, 28th ranked, and Brian Rincon, 29th ranked, who, if you followed spring, Rincon and Hettinger looked all right. Wheels, 2 more starts for AAA, 1 on Friday, as you mentioned, and then another one at home. Cole Weintraub of NBC said that earlier. Kerkering, 2 innings, 1 earned run so far, 2 strikeouts, 29 pitches, 21 strikes. He's looking all right, and he's scheduled to play again tonight on the 1st of April. So hopefully Kerkering should be back in the bullpen pretty soon, which would be really nice to see. And I hope he has a great year considering how last year ended for him.
Yeah, we're all on board the redemption arc for Orion Kirkering. And yeah, he's going to be an asset to that bullpen when he comes back. No doubt about it. Rich, what was this? You had this idea of a little game for us, a little prediction game for us on the pod.
Oh, God,
Don't look at me like that. Do you remember?
Yeah, no, I know, I remember. Yes.
Are we going to do this?
Yeah.
Rocky, because we've got the Rockies and the Giants
we'll
now.
Talk about some other stuff while I think. Just one thing on the Wheeler start. I don't know, like I presume you guys saw it, but my favorite thing about it was obviously the Pigs did the ribs promotion, but then they asked Zach in an interview what he thought of it, and he said it's a bit aggressive. It was brilliant. Prediction competition. Well, I think my idea was we pick like so maybe like a series or that looks particularly compelling in the upcoming week, and then just we each predict who's going to win the series, or we pick a series each that looks compelling and we do it that way. But
are we scoring this? Because our last game with the guests is it going to be complex scoring like that?
No, you just who's going to win like the series.
Right, so we can't. Well,
so we got weekends coming up. I don't know who's got a good.
I don't even dare pick any Phils with.
No. I think we don't do. Yeah, we don't do Phils.
I tell you what's compelling. Padres Red Sox is a very interesting series this week. Cubs Guardians. There's not really that many compelling series at all. Mets Giants. I tell you what. Padres Red Sox. The 1-4 Padres versus the 1-5 Red Sox.
And both have former Phillies. Nick Castellanos for the Padres, Ranger for the Red Sox. There's a nice Phillies link.
Aye, true. Yeah. Should we go with that one?
Well, should we pick one each?
All right.
Okay. So you go Padres Red Sox.
Yeah,
I'm gonna say the Royals and the Brewers because I think that looks quite tasty.
Ooh, I quite like that, Royals and Brewers. I think I might go along the same lines of going with two central teams. The Cardinals against the Tigers. You've got Kevin McGonigal versus JJ Weatherholt, two guys that are Rookie of the Year candidates in the American League and National League. So yeah, I'll go Cardinals versus Tigers.
And what are we doing? Just predicting who's winning it and then...
Yeah, so we got Padres v the Red Sox.
Yep.
We should have drafted. This is live brainstorming right now.
Brewers v Royals, and what was the last one?
The Cardinals versus the Tigers.
Cardinals, Tigers.
Right, so Padres, Red Sox. Dave, what's your prediction?
Red Sox back at Fenway for their opener. I think the Red Sox are gonna kickstart their season and lay more misery on what has been a very lackluster. Imagine the Phillies that started this season 1-4, although the Padres are winning at the moment, but still. I don't know. Like I said, we've had a poor start, and you've seen the crash out on social media from some of our fans after that. But the Padres are having a terrible time. I think the Red Sox are going to lay more misery on the Padres. So I'm going. My pick is a Red Sox win, and I'm going to get. How many points for a win? We're just doing 1 point for a series.
Yeah, so you just win, lost, draw. Like
all right.
Series gets
draw.
Well, there's not going to be a tie unless the game gets postponed or something.
All right. Yeah. All right, yeah, I'm going. My pick is the Red Sox are going to beat the Padres.
Okay, Morgan.
I'm going to go. The Tigers are going to beat the Cardinals because Justin Verlander.
The Padres Red Sox.
Oh, sorry. I will go with the Red Sox as well.
Yeah,
back at Fenway.
I was going to be different just to be different, but I think I'm going to go. I'm going to go Red Sox as well. And
what was the second game? Brewers Royals. The Apple TV game on Friday night. I like the Royals. I like the Royals as an American League team. I don't know why. I think
Brewers have started well as well.
Brewers have had a mighty fight,
but the Royals are a good team.
5-1.
Bobby Witt, isn't it?
Bobby, I like the Royals. I don't know why. I think when I was sort of following baseball in the early days, and the Royals got the World Series, and I don't know, I got this soft spot for the Royals. However, I think the Brewers are going to win that series. I think the Brewers look very, very good so far this year. I'm going Milwaukee.
Yeah, I'm going the Brewers as well.
I'll go different then. I'll go Kansas. Why not?
Oh, nice. Kansas because of why
and
not?
Then Cardinals v Tigers. I'm going Tigers on this one.
Yeah,
Short
Tigers.
I don't like the Tigers. I'm going Cardinals.
Cool.
Just because I don't like the Tigers.
Yeah, we'll see what happens this weekend.
Ooh.
Proper spreadsheet. It's on a notepad file.
What's the prize for the winners? Are we having a prize for either of us? No picklebacks, please.
We can come up with a prize, I'm sure.
An all-inclusive paid trip to Philadelphia.
By Dave.
By me, that's right. I'll be broke, but as long as one of you two have a great time, that's the main thing. All right, folks, that is a wrap. So the Phillies have ended the first homestand of the season at 500. It's a bit of a recovery job. There's been highs, there's been a lot of lows, but it set the tone for the season, hasn't it? We're going to have this all year long, folks. We're 6 games in and we feel like we're already halfway through a season. The stress has been through the roof, but we wouldn't have it any other way. We'll be back next week where hopefully we're wrapping up what's that?
A series win?
A series win.
I thought that's where you were going. Was it not?
It was, and I stopped myself because I thought if we win, it just came to me, if we won, beat the Rockies and the Giants on the road, 2 places we don't, then the World Series is back on, baby. I'm telling you. But that's a wrap, folks. Thank you very much for listening again. It'd be really appreciated if you subscribe and left a little review. From me, Dave Shaw, it is Ring the Bell. From Morgan,
Ring the bell.
And from Richard,
Ring the bell, Dave.
Goodbye, folks. Thank you.